Death. And I'm saying that simply because when I first had my scene with Death, with Julian, I was physically frightened. In the pizza parlor, where he's sitting there waiting for Dean, and he's eating his pizza, I'm like, oh, wow, we just stepped this up a notch. I'm actually frightened right now.
And that was one of the coolest, him getting out of that Cadillac or whatever and walking down the street. Was that Phil?
Yeah, that's Phil.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, he does such a good job with that character that it's convincingly frightening in real life to watch him portray that.
Yeah, Lucifer and Death. That's a pretty good answer.
Yeah, Lucifer and Death. There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi. What would you want to be if you weren't an actor?
What would I want to be if I wasn't an actor?
Yes.
I don't know. I'd probably have.
Quite frankly, I'd love to be man enough to be a firefighter or a soldier, but those guys have a lot more, and gals have a lot more bravery than I probably actually have. You know what I would have wanted to be if financially I could have provided a life for myself and my family? If it paid better, I always wanted to be a teacher. That being said, my mom was a teacher for many, many years. As a kid growing up, I didn't know we didn't have enough money on vacation. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, oh, we just are staying around. It wasn't like, why aren't you on vacation? It was just, you know, we had food, we had a roof, and we had friends, and but I always, you can learn so much from people. I always wanted to be like a mentor or a teacher. I had a lot of teachers in my life, not only just my mother, but just actual teachers that I had that were my teachers, had a big impact on me. So, I was a teacher.
I would, what?
I don't know who said that, but that was well timed. Give that girl a contract. That's amazing. Stripper!
Yeah.
Naked!
Magic Jensen. I've always had a fascination with
Stripping!
stripping. with pole dancing. With the sea. I would probably want to be a fisherman. But again, I would have much less money and smell like fish and probably have a lot more tattoos. So that's.
And you're wearing a lot more clothing.
But I would strip on the weekends. I apologize. I really do. You'll have to forgive that group over there.
That entire section.
That entire section. Forgive them. They're obviously embarrassed.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you very, very much.
Hi.
Hi, I was just wondering, a lot of times actors take things from the set when they're done, and I was just wondering what you guys want to take, except the Impala, because we already know.
What would we want to take?
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff. Yeah, just besides the Impala.
Yeah, besides the car.
Funny enough, we had this talk on the plane, kind of.
Yeah, we did.
I'm happy I do, but I have some stuff from Bobby's. Some of them and that was funny. There were these 3 owls that were on the fireplace that we always kind of chat about and stuff. And right before the last shot, I grabbed the owls and I put them in my trailer. I just grabbed them, put them in my jacket, put them in my trailer. So they were destroying the set that night, but we were turning to something else. And then we do the shot, and it's like, that's a wrap. It's a wrap on the set. And Jim turns around and goes, shit, someone took the owls. And I was like, oh man. So I went and got it, and I was like, here, Beaver, it's your damn house. I can't just take your owls. But I have a few other things from Jim Beaver's house that I'm really happy about. Also, I think for every season, we didn't, until recently, for the first 1, 2, 3, 4, we didn't know we were getting picked up. So we didn't know if it was, see you later or goodbye. So kind of just stuffing in there.
I would, and I won't get it because legally I can't, but it is Dean's pistol. It's, not because I keep gun or anything, but that's been such a big part of the character, and hours. I can count how, there's been hours that I spent with this thing in my hand, twirling it, flipping it, and taking it apart, putting it back together, and it's just, I've spent 9 years with this piece of this weapon, and it's got like there's a bunch of engraving on the side of it that was done custom for the gun and for the show, but it's a real gun, so I can't get it. But I have found somebody to replicate it for me.
Thank you. Oh, you know what? Sorry. I have all my watches. I love watches, and I've auctioned 2 for charity, but I have all my watches that I've worn.
And I'm taking my chair back too. It's already got my name on it. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Hi.
Stripper.
If you could write the series finale, how would you both want it to end for Sam?
Get her!
But we don't want it to end. We're just curious.
Well, we know what that crew wants.
Funny enough, because you guys watched our show in such force, and hopefully still will, we've come to terms with the reality that they might want it to go more than 9 years, or more than 10 years. So, we need to make sure they die. I'd rather do a couple movies. So how does it end in? I mean, that's what I mean, right? Not masochism. I actually do believe this. I don't want to be a downer, but I think for Supernatural to end, the boys need to die. Because if they don't say that, but if the boys are alive, then they should be hunting. And you should be getting more shows. So for it to end, they gotta die.
I had a dream. This was a few weeks ago, and I dreamed.
You were at school naked?
I dreamed. I have that one all the time. I dreamed the end of the series, and this is not the way that I don't know that I would want it to go this way, but it was really interesting. Sam had died, and bear with me, and because Dean couldn't get it back, and all of the tools that he wanted to use, like angels or a deal with Crowley or any kind of deal that he could make, all of it was gone to him, and there was no way that he was getting it back. So in this dream, and I still see it, it's very vivid. It was this long stretch of highway with nothing but fields, and Dean gets out of the Impala and hands the keys over to a stranger, and the guy hands him keys, and we don't know to what. The guy gets in the Impala and takes off, and then the camera kind of turns around to reveal Dean's got a motorcycle. And then he gets on, and it's super sad because he's like, I don't have my brother, what do I need a passenger for? So he gets on the single-seated motorcycle and drives off down the highway. That's it.